Hi, I'm Marie, and I wanted to talk about how I've been a survivor of rape. It's a very touchy subject for me just because I'm one of those people who've never been through it. Um, but just as a survivor, having to go through day in and day out, how to be able to go into life, how to be social with others without having to think negative has been a very constant battle with me. Um, just as a survivor myself, uh, it's been a lot. And I actually wanted to do this video so I could be able to see if I'd be able to help out somebody that might be going through this type of situation. I was first raped at a young age, at the age of 14. Um, I was also pregnant by my rapist, which I ended up having to get an abortion. But it was a serious situation that was also very scary. My rapist was very much so a family member who is very much so my biological father. I'm not doing this to get any type of sympathy or anything like that. I just want to be able to express my story and see how could I be able to help out others. Not trying to bash my father, not trying to bash my family. Just want to be able to express how I feel and show others what steps I've taken for me to be social, to be into life without, being depressed all the time. Knowing that you have God as your savior, to be there, to have your back, to be that backbone, to have support from also other family members and friends. Um, to be able to go to church, to be able to worship. Um, this was the whole purpose for this video. Um, whew. So starting off at the age of 14, I was barely much so going to visit my dad for the summer. Just like any other single parent who wants their father to be in their child's life. My mom had gave him that chance. So I went with him for the summer. With me having to go with him for the summer, the situation ended up happening at his home. When it first happened, I was very much so scared because I've never really been through that. Plus that's pretty awkward, right? It's your own father. You would never ever think of anything to happen like that. Your father is supposed to be your protector. That's what number one things is what a parent is supposed to be, a protector, to help you, to guide you. So with that not happening, you know, um, so with the first time of the incident happening, I had to, I tried to scrub myself because I felt very dirty. I felt like I didn't know what I did wrong. Um, I was very much so scared. I know he told me don't tell anybody. I know he told me if I was to tell, you know, bad things was going to happen. So I was, of course, scared. I was confused. So didn't know what to do, just follow directions. So with it happening the very first time, I was told I was sorry, it won't ever happen again. Didn't happen like that. Happened the second time. Second time was at a family member's house. That made the situation a whole lot worse. So with this situation happened the second time, I ended up having to go home from my mom once I got dropped off and found out I was pregnant. Once I found out I was pregnant, mom had to talk to my father, figure out how did this situation happen. Told my mom I was messing with somebody else. It's not the truth. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was into boys, but really wasn't that type of person to be going ahead and sleeping around and stuff like that. No, I know some little girls that might go to a certain level. So my level is most is me even being with boys is probably holding hands and maybe kissing because I'm a child. So with that situation happening, I had to keep my mouth shut. To keep my mouth shut or I was going to get killed. So I kept my mouth shut. Let him agreed. My dad tried his hardest to try to have us go to Planned Parenthood so I can get rid of the baby. Didn't work. Because even though that he was my father, he had to be able to go get the social. I had to get it. They told him that he would have to get it, but of course, because in fact he didn't live with my mom, who would have to be the one to get it? Me. So with me trying to ask my mom for the social, that didn't work. Then my mom tried to pin 2 to 2 together. I guess she was coming pretty hard on my dad. Pretty hard on me. I ended up breaking down because pretty much so scared of my mom and I cried. So with me having to tell my mom, she believed me. Thank God. I really do love my mom for that. She had my back. So with her having my back, we ended up having to put my dad in jail. It caused a lot of family havoc. I was called a liar. Some family members don't want to deal with me. Some families probably feel like from whatever have heard, I've lied about my story. I have no reason to sit here and I have no reason to lie, especially if I went through the situation. Nobody was there when the situation happened. It was just me. So, going through the situation, my dad was convicted. So with my dad being convicted, my life started going spiral. My mom did try for me to go to therapy. She tried her hardest. I chose not to go to therapy because I ended up messing up. I was too scared to talk. I didn't want to talk. I was pretty anxious. I just wanted to just be alone. I didn't even know how to even express it. Especially as a teenager. You're young. You're just barely getting to know who you are. You don't know what you're going to be out in life. You don't know how you'll be able to make it successful. So all you want to do is be able to take care of your parents because you know that your parents have taken care of you. Just want to do the right thing. You don't know stuff. You're just trying to make your way through life. So my life has been a spiral downhill, having issues in relationships, not really trusting men, being, feeling like that you're an unfit parent even though you're doing the best that you can as a parent, having to go through issues, different men. It was hard. But that's another chapter I'll be able to really give. But this is just my overview of my start of my video. I wanted to be able to see, like I said, how can I be able to express somebody? How would I be able to help? My next video will be coming up where I'll be able to let you know what happened. As far as counseling and everything and how my end results are. But I hope you guys like this first video.